Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh, I gotta tell you, I just love it when the perfect story comes around. Just as I've started many of these videos previously, let's do the same Gavin Newsom flashback, where he said all the chaos, all the crime, all the craziness that you hear and see coming out of California is all an illusion, a Tucker Carlson Fox News illusion.
They're so upset about the messaging on the other side, the anger industry, the entertainment wing, particularly of the Republican Party, the surround sound on Fox with these, I don't even like saying his name, Tucker Carlson, or that other, I don't even know, the guy from, there's just like, they're all the same. And One American News and Newsmax, and what they're doing to divide this country to, where illusion rules, not facts.
Well, I love that flashback. It's one of my most used flashbacks. Basically, every time we cover California, leftist clown world, Democrat cities, we gotta refer to that clip. But especially in this video, Gavin Newsom says it's all an illusion. Well, then why is it that we're now seeing a San Francisco doom loop walking tour, a literal tourist attraction, a tour for out-of-state and out-of-country visitors coming to San Francisco to get close and personal to the squalor? Yes, this is a real thing. Why are we seeing this tour sell out? Gavin says it's an illusion, but it's now become a tourist attraction because the issue is so out in the open and so pervasive, so extreme. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, let's show these leftoids, let's show little Gavin Newsom just how real it really is. San Francisco doom loop walking tour gets visitors close and personal to the squalor, and it's already sold out. Tourists curious about San Francisco's urban decay of abandoned shops, open-air drug use, and homeless encampments can get a guided tour of the whole thing. A street-savvy guide fed up with the lack of action by the local government says they will take people on the so-called doom loop walking tour to see the worst of the city for themselves. A tongue-in-cheek ad for the tour claims, "You've read the headlines, you've seen the tweets, now get close and personal to the doom and squalor of downtown San Francisco. How can a city with $14.6 billion in annual budget be a model of urban decay? How can it spend $776 million per year on police and have no rule of law to show for it? Discover the policy choices that made America's wealthiest city the nation's innovative leader of housing crisis, addiction, mental health crisis, and unrepentant crime crisis." The unidentified guide claims that they are in a great position to give the tour as a card-carrying city commissioner and opinionated loudmouth who works in a municipal department. The guide promises paying customers will get to see the city's most blighted and crime-ridden areas, all located in its center, including the Tenderloin District, Union Square, and the mid-market. Community activists scoffed at the idea. Why would someone pay $30 to see something they could get for free? Questioned longtime Tenderloin resident JJ Smith, who helps the area's drug users and homeless. San Francisco is having a rough time right now, and something like this won't help unless you give the proceeds back to the people on the streets who need it. Yeah, pretty sure you have $14.6 billion in taxes, but obviously throwing money at the problem doesn't help anything or anyone. But anyways, let me reiterate. The problem that Gavin Newsom says doesn't exist is so extreme that there's now a tour to take you to see basically the decline of the city, the chaos, the crime, the open-air drug markets and drug use, even the financial and retail decay. There's a TikTok video that's gone pretty viral, currently being passed around on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, that really puts it into visual perspective. Take a look at this. Those are before and after photos from Google Earth, not from 1995 to now, but from 2 years ago to now. That's the visual difference of simply a couple years. A couple years of trash policy, almost instantaneous death of a city. I mean, the photos are just insane coming from Google Street View. Here's San Francisco in May of 2019. Fast forward to September 2022, where the doors are boarded up, there's trash everywhere, and the homeless, along with drug dealers it seems, on the side, totally taking over the street, not to mention the graffiti. Apparently this doesn't exist. And apparently this headline, citing a study, is also just a figment of my imagination. San Francisco has the worst pandemic recovery in the nation, as city is mired in crime, homelessness, says study. The University of Toronto School of Cities this week released its downtown recovery rankings, which were based on the change in level of foot traffic in dozens of North American cities from before the pandemic to afterward. According to the study, San Francisco ranked dead last in recovering from the pandemic when downtowns around the world became unrecognizably quiet and lifeless due to lockdown measures. Indeed, the far-left California enclave this spring experienced only 32% of the foot traffic seen during the spring of 2019. The number was identical when compared to the winter. It's absolute insanity. The city has been brought to an absolute halt. San Francisco's $1.2 billion Hayes Point Tower stops construction over rampant crime and homelessness. This is literally the only major project happening right now in San Francisco. There is no development, and the one major building project that they had has just been put on hold because of poor market conditions, crime, and homelessness. You know, there's a lot of cities with crime and homelessness, not too many cities where the crime and homelessness is so bad that you can't build anymore. It's such a complete S-show that major investors behind development projects are saying, whoa, maybe let's reassess this situation before we go even deeper in the red. That is absolutely freaking insane. Almost as insane as this picture right over here. This was an app that was created, I believe, by a San Francisco resident, where people could basically log in and log their geolocation whenever they come across excrement, feces in the city of San Francisco. That's the feces map in San Francisco. What a beautiful place to walk around. Bring your children on vacation. Get mugged. Everything smells like urine. Get chased by a homeless person. And while you're running away, make sure you're dodging all the feces and needles. Absolute craziness. It sounds hyperbolic, and it is to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's also kind of not. People are finally reaching their breaking point. It seems like many citizens have had enough. Tyranny of the minority. CEO of San Francisco's Gumps blasts California's leadership in full-page newspaper ad. He writes, Gumps has been a San Francisco icon for more than 165 years. Today, we prepare our 166th holiday season at 250 Post Street. We fear this may be our last because of the profound erosion of this city's current conditions. San Francisco now suffers from a tyranny of the minority, behavior and actions of the few that jeopardize the livelihood of many. The ramifications of pandemic policies advising people to abandon their offices are only beginning to be understood. Equally devastating have been the litany of destructive San Francisco strategies, including allowing the homeless to occupy our sidewalks, to openly distribute and use illegal substances, and to harass the public and to defile the city's streets. It seems like what I'm saying isn't propaganda at all, huh? Literally everything I was just saying is now coming from a resident and business owner. Such abject disregard for civilized conduct makes San Francisco unlivable for its residents, unsafe for our employees, and unwelcoming to visitors from around the world. San Franciscans deserve better than the current condition of our city. Gump implores the governor, the mayor, and the city supervisors to take immediate actions, including cleaning the city streets, removing homeless encampments, enforcement of city and state ordinance, and returning San Francisco to its rightful place as one of America's shining beacons of urban society. As San Franciscans, we will continue to support the compassionate efforts of helping those in need, but we believe failed public policies must be abandoned and renewed focus must be brought to restore the city we all love. Let me guess, little Gavin Newsom. He must be a Fox News conspiracy theorist, huh? Absolute freaking lunatics, man. It's just insane how these Democrat politicians continue to double down on these policy positions of total lawlessness and chaos. I mean, this is a regular occurrence in California cities. This happened in LA not too long ago, and nothing happens. Nobody gets prosecuted. Prosecutors and police departments simply say, we are looking for the individual, rules and then nothing ever happens, except the community gets victimized over and over and over again, with businesses left to pick up the pieces. It's completely insane. That's what it's like to run a business in San Francisco or in Los Angeles, and this is what it's like to walk the streets. Welcome to Democrat Clown World 2023. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.